Hi, this is Kim Watson. Welcome to my weekly outlook for the cryptocurrencies. Now, you may have noticed I've got a bit of a headline there. Bitcoin at 40 to 65,000 by the end of 2018. Where did I get that from? Well, I'll tell you where I got it from. It was on an email, of course. I was being promoted some course or how to buy current cryptocurrencies, and that came in through the email. So I looked at it a little bit more just because I could. And I noticed it was sent, there was a number of them from the same organization, and I'd already deleted a couple of them before. I just picked up on this one, which was sent around about this point here. Now, at some time here, I would imagine. It read that my mentor is telling me that Bitcoin will be 40 to 65,000 dollars per coin by the end of 2018. Cool. Who could not get excited about that? Well, anyone that really trades should not be excited about that, because it is complete speculation, and it's I think it's almost criminal. Because based on what? Now, he's actually worked it out. He's ignored what okay, that's his mentor. He's actually worked it out that it's going to grow to $100,000 per coin based on the value of gold. Okay, so he's given us a bit of a structure there. He's basing it on the value of gold. But goodness, just because you're comparing gold with gold, which is still mined, it's not an absolute got a finite amount of it, because they're still mining gold to this day. It's used for all sorts of different has many different uses apart from jewelry, of course. It's obviously coins, etc. However, it's completely a different thing. As I say, it's not necessarily an exhaustible amount. Some people will claim there is a finite amount, and then we'll go and they'll find another quarry. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the pros and cons of gold here. I'm referring more to this email and this horrendous speculation that's going on. So he's worked it out to be 100,000. He doesn't actually say by when, which is at least that's good, because, well, yeah, at one stage it might become 100,000. I can't disagree with it. But there again, that's pure speculation. So I would be speculating at 100k. Of course, that he's put a few well-known people in terms of what they're speculating, and surprise, surprise, they're all crypto people, traders, that are suggesting it will increase significantly. And he's also in one email based on Bitcoin becoming an exchange traded fund. Well, yeah, okay, Bitcoin's already traded on the futures market. Is it going to make a significant difference if it's an exchange traded fund? Probably not. And even if it was, well, the price, if that was going to be in the price, the people in the know would already be buying into Bitcoin, because they think, well, it's going to go into the exchange traded fund and it's going to push it up a lot. So all in all, it's tosh is the best way. So please, if you see those sort of emails, steer clear. It's just terrible bringing traders in on pure speculative nonsense. So let's just look at the pure technicals and show us what Bitcoin is actually doing. And at the moment, it is actually got, or has got, some potential to push up technically here. Last week we came into just about a double top. I drawn on this trend line the previous week, I believe, showing this double top, or showing this point, and it actually ran pretty much into that and just sold off at the moment. The thing is, it has got some potential here. If it can pitch over that 6.8 mark, it becomes bullish. And why does it become bullish? Well, it puts a higher low in, so it becomes more bullish in terms of its current move. There was some argument, and there was some divergence at the lows here, so that's fine, which is an initial bullish potential. Well, we closed above we managed to close above that sort of signals, which again is a bullish influence. And yes, it is in bullish mode potentially at the moment, but it could be more bullish if it breaks that trend line. And I think then we might see some more speculators coming into this market, and it is a speculators market, to be fair, largely. And I know some people won't like that, but yeah, it is built up of a lot of speculation, particularly the people that were buying in back here. So where to there? Well, obvious places to watch out is 7.4. It would be the next point I would be looking at in terms of resistance beyond that point. So If it can break 6.8, well, it could be on to the 7.4 before it gets to the next technical resistance. So that's the upside there. Any break though, if it starts breaking down, drops below the 633 area, well then it's tilting over. It's just consolidating, and it may eventually walk out of this trend line anyway, but I'd rather it, as I say, break the horizontal level there at 6.8. So that's when I become more bullish on it. At the moment, as I say, the bullish influence, break of these lows here, well, it becomes a bit more iffy and probably best left. So that's Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Ethereum. So downward trend still sort of sat there, and has it put in any positiveness here? It's got a mild, again, higher low there back then, but it's just sort of this trend line. I should have put an extension on. It's walked out sideways. It's not really shooting up in any significant way here, but again, maybe if it can break above the prior highs at 251, somewhere in that region. That was a low there over onto the left hand side there, and highs on this point here. If it can break that, then it again becomes more bullish. We'll want to look at Ripple. I talked about Ripple last week, and let's have a look at Ripple, where it's going at the moment. Struggling a little bit over the weekend. It obviously pushed up a little bit more. 29th, Saturday, Sunday, it pushed up back into these sort of other spiky highs there, and sold off a little bit. So maybe some trading going on over that period, but it to me, it still has some potential, and as I said, the potential is more than just in the charts. There's some fundamental aspects that may push that up there further, which is fine. But technically thereafter, well, where to? We could see a blip back towards the sort of 80 area at some point. So certainly it's done it before. It could get back up there. Shorter term, maybe 69.80, the prior highs around this sort of area here, 69, around about that sort of area beforehand. If it was to fail here, as I said, the fundamentals are half decent on it. If it starts failing though and breaking these lows here, well, we could be back in towards the 30s, the high to mid 30s there. So that's that. One other let's just look at. I guess we could be looking at these currencies and then looking at something like Euro, but I'm not going to do that right now. So here we go. Binance, I talked about this last week. It's pretty much just going flat at the moment. There's no significant movement over last week from this week. It's hardly charging ahead. As I said, fundamentally they are doing coin burns, and so there's opportunity to reduce the original 200 million that was coins that was sitting there. They've already done one or maybe two of those, and I believe a third one's coming up, but even so, it's not really showing much in the way of significant movement at the moment, so quite light there. Okay, that's all I'm going to cover this week on this one, but I did want to have my moment on the crate there. Please be aware of these speculators that are out there trying to draw people that are less savvy than obviously you guys into being charged in, and it just builds up a frenzy. It's the sort of thing that was banned on Facebook for good reason, but as I said, it's still out there. So be careful of what you read in your emails, and use your head. Have a great week. Bye for now.